Hello guys and welcome to another redstone tutorial. I am your host, A Monster Beast. I'm going to be building this in survival, so two things to note. If you want to see this built in survival, you may want to check out my Shadowtopia series, and sometimes I do live streams, so if you want to give me a follow on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/amonsterbeast1. Now, before we get into this little tutorial here, there is some warnings. This has not been tested in Bedrock. I have no clue if it works, but I can say that there's no quasi-connectivity used. So it should, in theory, work on Bedrock, but I am not making the claim that it does. So that is a forewarning. I'm just going to go ahead and say that I know for sure this works on Java, but I don't know for sure that it works on Bedrock. It appears that it would, but I am not making that claim. So, what am I here to show you guys today? Well, I have built an excellent super smelter. So, if you just want to smelt maybe chest and a half full on one, this is the one for you. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. These are your temporary blocks. Then you're going to want to go ahead and start your rails. And you want to make them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out. And be sure to have this regular rail here, or this will cause problems. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, oops. And when you're doing this, make note, place that rail first. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to start our hopper line right here. And we're just going to get a little temporary block here. For each of these, you're going to need 2 right down the middle here of a 4-block area. And just go ahead and send them out this way. And you're going to want to go 32 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10, 11, 12... 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 long. You want to do that twice. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll cut back. Alright. Now, just a small note. I only do it 7 blocks out because that works better on the connected ones. You could ideally make this probably 4 out if you're just building this one part. I just wanted to make note of that. Now, our next step is to place our furnaces on top of our hoppers like this. And you want to do this on both sides. So I'm going to cut and come back. Okay, now that we got the furnaces down on that, we're going to take our hoppers and roll them straight down on top of all the furnaces. Okay, so once you place those on top, you're going to want to place a hopper along the sides of the furnaces on both sides. So I'm going to do that real quick, and I'll come right back. Alright, here's where the magic happens. We're going to start placing down our rails here. You're going to want, before we do that though, you're going to want to come to the back end here. And you're going to want to place a block like so. You want to go 1 additional out past the very last furnace. The reason for that is that I have tested this extensively. Once the hopper chest, or listen to me, minecart with chest comes down this line, it will drop 32 exactly, and if it hits a block here instead of hitting the block here, it will drop 31 on the way back. So for even numbers sake, we build 1 block out so it can drop an even 32 on the way back. So it's going to smelt exactly 1 stack each time it comes down on both sides. So that's 2 stacks that it will smelt on each side. Now, let's build the rails here. So first and foremost, this is good. We're going to have to build 1 back here like that and start attaching our rails on top of these. Now, it's very important that you do not turn this at the very end. I used to build them where they turned, but that is not as efficient as the way we are building them currently. So once we get to the end, make sure you do not turn. It will just look something quite like this. So this line will come here, hit back, and go all the way back. And they're going at the same exact time. So we'll come back and do the same thing on this side. And just build to the end. Simple. Very simple build here. Not much complicated here. Okie dokie, now that we've got that done, we're just going to want to do the same thing for our fuel line side. And you're just going to simply put rails here all the way down. Okay, so once you've got both sides done, there's your rails. So next up, you want to take a block of redstone, and you want to make sure that you do this about right here. Just place one right there and one right here. That way it won't affect, and then just go to the next spot where it's not lit up and just put it on both sides. There you go. Now you've lit it up. Now we've got to build the splitter system because this is hard to get to go off at the same time, but I'll show you the magic that happens here. Alright, so we're going to put hopper on all of these. These two are your fuel line. These two are your smelt line. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a chest. Oops, sorry. Right here. Now, as you'll notice, what'll happen is this thing will split exactly into 32. And it'll give exactly half of whatever you put in, except if it's an odd number. If it's an odd number, then one thing will have one more, and that's not a huge deal. But you'll see that it splits automatically. Now we need to do the same thing for the fuel, and here's where it gets a little tricky. You're going to want a temporary block, and what you're going to do is you're going to build one on the outsides here, break those two in the middle, hopper facing out, and then your your fuel chest will be right here. And then you're going to take another hopper, go right like that, facing downwards. And what this will do is this will split the fuel equally between those two lines. So you're not having to worry about what goes where. So if I put 64 colon here, I should see 32 of each on each side, and it will do that. It will split it properly so that each side gets an equal amount. There you go, and you see that. Now, take your minecart hopper chest, or minecart chest, listen to me, minecart hopper chest. Alright, now they will want to go off, but they'll come back. Now we're going to do some simple dimple redstone here. We're going to take a piece of redstone dust, some 4 redstone repeaters, and a lever. Now you can put this switch however you like if you'd like to hide it, but you're going to put 4 repeaters right here. Man, I can't get that. There we go. And you're just going to put a lever wherever you like. It'll ignite them. It'll send them all at the same time. And as you can see, this thing is working. And you'll want to build an output somewhere, which I forgot about, but this is the way I normally do that. I build a little down and I'll take this and I will face it this way. Just ignore that. And I will run it that way. Now, you've got to be sure that this goes down again underneath this, because otherwise you'll pick up the fuel line. And see, holy cow, that thing just spawned right in front of me. Anyways, you take a regular chest, and you put it right here. Sorry, this thing's getting in my way. Let me deal with this. Okay, I think I finally got to move, but you just put it down right there, and that way it won't pick up on this. You can run this into a line. You can pump this wherever you want it to go. It's just an output line right there. So that'll be your output stuff. So anyways, that is the simple version of the Super Smelter, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you next time.